proof, which is a method of manufacture, and then you get proof sets, the finest quality set from that manufacturer. And then you go back to the very beginning, and the fact that the U.S. Mint opened proof sets up to the American public in 1950 for the very first time. Those earlier sets, however, well, had a whole different concept and packaging compared to today's hard plastic lens from the San Francisco Mint. We have 2 sets tonight in the original boxes we haven't seen yet this year. And we're thrilled to have both of these available for a few minutes here tonight. So as I referenced, they started making proof sets for the American public in 1950. And they've been making it ever since. Prior to that, it was individual proof coins here and there. You had to know somebody, you had to be somebody, or you had to, it was a whole different process. In 50, that's when it opened up to the public. How they packaged these sets, you've heard of us talk about the poly packs. That was from 55 through 64. Those were air packaged coins in a larger sleeve and then put into an envelope. These are the earlier sets. These were put into boxes, corrugated boxes with tissue paper, and the coins were put in the sleeves and then stapled together, as you can see here. Cent, nickel, silver dime, silver quarter, silver half dollar. These are the early years. These are 52 and 53. These are boxed sets. And look at our prices. We're at $3.99, $3.49, your choice. So if you've worked with us before and you found the 53, we haven't had a 52 in a year in this presentation, the original box. And tonight, wow.
Competition's at $689 for the 1952 in a repackaged holder, not even in the original box proof set as you see before you. And for 1953, they're at $565. Again, repackaged holder as well, not original packaging as you see in this box. Now, Steve referenced they started the box sets in 1950, went through 1955, halfway through the year. At some point through the year, they transitioned to that polypack envelope. Now, we go to shows a lot, and we're always looking for box proof sets. We rarely find 52s and 53s, hence why we haven't had them out as a presentation in a very long time. We occasionally find 50-51s. More often we find 54, 55, 52, 53s. These are the ones that are the toughest to find out of all of them.
Yet they're affordable today with us and this new deal we purchased. Over the next few days, we're going to have other box sets available. It was a wonderful, original present. It was the find of the year in non-Silver Eagle type products. It was just a crazy find. One of our close friends had somebody walk in and say, hey, and we said, oh yeah. And over the next 10 days to 2 weeks, the sets arrived, and we're thrilled to have them as part of this conversation here tonight. But again, 52 and 53. So we started in 1950, and it was a slow build on the number of proof sets being sold year over year over year by the U.S. Mint, whether, one, letting people know they could buy these sets now. It wasn't a hidden secret, but remember, this was no internet. This was no fax machines. This was no cell phones. This was a time when you shared party lines, right? Back in the 1950s. They made only 81,980 sets in 1952. They went over 100,000 sets in 1953. They moved up to 128,800. Now today, if you look at the late 60s, the last of the silver proof sets, you were seeing 3 million up to 3.9 million on the 64. So from this time frame, fast forward a decade, we added millions of people to buying proof sets, which is, again, why today you don't find these original box sets. Because many of them, the corrugation, they weren't stored properly, the tissue paper, again, the staple between the polys here, which is just a little 2x2 type sleeves. Wow, right? You find the repackaged sets on a regular basis because, again, these are the proofs. They're gorgeous, but the boxes don't support it, so we have to put them in a different holder, Capital Plastics or other manufacturers. And as you referenced, Ali, they're $300 more on the 52 set for a repackaged set. They're at almost 300. They're at $689. They're over 200 on the 53 set. They're at $565. Tonight, the special deal we bought, gave us a little bit of variety. We're able to cost average a number of these across the whole spectrum of boxed proof sets, and we can offer them at $3.99 and $3.49 respectively. Special sets.
Beautiful original sets, 1952, 1953. Each one of these contains three 90% silver proofs, the dime, the quarter, and the $half. And look how beautiful red that cent is, by the way. These are the Franklin $half proofs in these sets, 1952 and 1950. They're the Philadelphia proofs. And again, in 1955, they changed from this boxed proof set presentation over to that manila envelope and the poly pack. So these are the special box sets. It's the only way they brought out the proof sets in 1952 and 1953. They started it in 1950. These are early issue proof sets, the beginning of time.
Again, they've been making proof sets going back to the beginning of time with the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia. And again, they transferred to San Francisco in '68, but selling proof sets to the American public, that is when this era was, the early 1950s. So again, 50, 51, special sets, 52s, 53s. For some reason, you don't find them. And then you see 54s and 55s, the last two, and then we evolve into poly packs. So tonight, we're just thrilled that we can have the sandwich. You're looking at, you have the two pieces of bread on the outside and you have the good stuff in the middle. These are the good stuff sets, the 52s and 53s. How we bought these sets is why tonight our prices can be as crazy as they are. Again, we are hundreds under that of our competition. And ours are original box sets, where theirs are repackaged sets. Now, again, nothing wrong with repackaged sets. We have some too. We have them on our website right now. But finding the original box sets, that's where we want to be if we can be. And tonight, oh yeah.
abccoins.com, everybody. If you have these in your shopping cart, one or the other, we're going to put a 1 minute clock up in the meantime. But if you're shopping with us online, abccoins.com is the website. If these are in your cart, please process your checkout. Secure yours with that order number, because we only have a handful or so left of each of these dates. We had a good deal come in, but it wasn't like we got dozens and dozens or hundreds of hundreds. So
dozens.
Dozens. Can you imagine?
Yes. I mean, that would be me waking up and having a crazy, it's like smiling and crazy.
I had the best dream
ever. I found a deal of an original box of 20 52 proof sets.
Those are the kind of dreams Steve has. 52, 53. Let's move on.
What's wrong with those dreams? I love collecting coins. Come on.
So what I was going to say is these are in your cart. Process your checkout. If you see something later in the show, call us back. Our operators will help you out. We'll open up the order and add to it. I don't want you to miss out on a sellout. If you're on the fence deciding, just buy it. Put it through your shopping cart. Secure yours. And come back and join us.
And again, we don't talk about this often. We don't have lots of returns. But we have a 30-day, very, very liberal return policy. So if you're not quite sure, if you prefer the repackaged versus these box sets, just if you're not happy, send them back. It's that simple. We want to make you happy. We want to keep you as a customer. And that's just one of the flows always here on the show, whether we talk about it or not. But on this older, special stuff, wow. Thanks again. Phones are very busy right now, but it is time for us to be moving on.